Good morning. It's Friday. I'm at about 75%. My stomach woke up with the grumbles and the rumbles, but I don't have a fever anymore. Definitely no back pain, no headache. So mainly just stomach is not happy still, but I'll survive. Let's get to work. Alright, so because Monday is Martin Luther King Day, I got those 3 different apples because we're doing a explanation of Martin Luther King, and an intro is to show the 3 apples and that they're different on the outside, different colors, different shapes, different sizes. When you cut them out, or when you cut them in half, they're the same on the inside. So just kind of trying to introduce that idea that we're all different, but at the end of the day, we're all human, we're all still the same on the inside. So kind of trying to take a huge concept and kind of boil it down for the kindergartners. This is gonna be my best friend today. I have a feeling it's gonna be kind of a rough day, but gotta get back to work. Cutest kid's gift ever. Today's gonna be one of those days that you really have to rely, that you really have gotta rely on behavior management. On days that you're sick or something's happening at home and you're just super grumpy, it's really easy to get engaged in behavioral battles and to take things personal and to really get upset about things that are not your business. And so I really tried to get the kids involved, letting them know, hey, I start with a whisper voice. Listen, I'm not feeling good. It's gonna be a really rough day for Mr. Rogers. I'm really gonna need your help. And I'll tell them, you know, do you want me to take out my bad attitude on you guys? They'll say no. And so I say, you know, it's only fair. I'm not feeling well, but I'm still gonna do my best. So I need you guys to do your best. So just really putting it on their shoulders, letting them know that you're not gonna take your sickness and your bad attitude out on your kids, and you really would appreciate it if they don't take their bad attitudes out on you. And so throughout the day, if they start getting loud, you go, ooh, you know, really ham it up. Ooh, you know, I'm not feeling very well. Do you want me to take out my bad attitude on you? And they'll say, no. I say, well, you're not helping me have an easy day. Can you help me out? So if you've built a good relationship with your kids, this will work. Now, if you haven't done the relationship building yet, disregard this because it won't work at all. You got to build the relationship first. Fingers crossed it works today. All right, finished the day. Being back was great. Gave me stuff to do all day, wasn't having to sit around. My stomach's a little unhappy still, but I made it through the day. I, like an idiot, forgot to film this, but I really wanted to talk about the lesson that we did today, and it was introducing Martin Luther King. And so I had apples, we'll pretend that these aren't cut in half, and we talked about just the differences they noticed, that they were bigger, they were smaller, they were taller, they were wider, then we talked about the different colors. And then we talked about that they're still all apples. And then I cut all the apples in half, and I showed them they were not brown because they hadn't oxidized, but I showed them the inside. And when you first cut into these, they all look on the inside. They all have this star with the seeds in them. They all were white or whatever, kind of that yellowish color on the inside. And so we talked about that no matter what the apple looked like on the outside, on the inside, all the apples are the same. And so then we talked about that, just like people, that, and we talked about all the differences of all of us in the classroom, that no matter what we look on the outside, on the inside, we still have the same heart, the same organs, the same blood, the same brain, but that we all are individuals, but we're all still humans and we're all still people. That's a huge concept for kindergartners to get. So relating it back to the apples. And so as I was talking about Martin Luther King and equality and things, I linked it back to the smaller concept of the apples looking on the different on the outside, but being on the same on the inside, and talking about that, you know, I wouldn't treat one apple differently than the other one just because this one's red and red apples are better and the red and yellow apples are not as good. No, they're all apples. They all are, you know, washed the same. They're all treated the same. They're all the same in the grocery store. And so it went on, and it was a lot more in depth than that. And then we got to listen to one of his speeches, and we read a book, and then we wrote a letter as if Martin Luther King was still alive, thanking him for working towards equality, and just seeing their little faces, kind of that, not on all of them, but most of them, that light kind of clicked, and they kind of sort of understood this giant concept of segregation and equality, and kind of at least started to get the little hands grasped around that huge concept. So it's super exciting. The moments like that are why I really love teaching kindergarten, is really just seeing them latch onto something that is such a big concept that hopefully they'll carry with them throughout their lives. So wish I had filmed it so you could have seen it in action, but I guess you'll just have to settle for my secondhand story. But day was great. Super fast. It's super cold outside. I gotta get out of here. Let's go. All right, let's get off the phone with Elizabeth. We're doing my favorite date night, dinner, pizza, and Redbox. Let's go. So it's home dinner and a movie time. You know what that means? Yeah, that's right. Pajamas. I think this pizza's gonna do us good. I'm gonna make some pizza. Ready for some pizza and a movie and wine?
Yeah, I'm gonna drink out of a bottle.
This is my wife. But we're gonna have pizza and a movie in our pajama date night. Our favorite date night. Yes, I'm recording. A, B, R, always be recording. That's not a thing, I just made that up. But we're gonna have our date night, so you guys have to go away. But thanks for tuning in.
See you tomorrow.